when it comes to gaming systems, what do you normally think of? Maybe it would be the Switch or your 3DS. Some might even say the smartphone counts as a gaming system, even though it is a multi-purpose device. Some of you may think of iPads. Some of you may think of your gaming PCs with high-end NVIDIA or AMD graphics cards. Well, when you limit your choices to the mid-2000s, suddenly everything becomes a lot more limited. Yes, you had the Wii that's coming around the corner. The GameCube is very popular. Some might even have a brand new DSi, or even lugging the Game Boy Advance around. You might even know a friend or two that has an N64 or even a Super Nintendo still hooked up to the television sets. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I think of early 2000s game systems, I usually think of something like this. Hey everyone, this is Lego 101, and yeah, we're going to be taking a look at the Megatouch. This is a classic unit. Maybe I called it a classic, but more specifically, it's the Maxx Jade 2. From the Maxx lineup, it was made around 2005, around the same year Force 2005.5 was released. And as I mentioned, this was built by Merit Industries. They were based in Bensalem, Pennsylvania, and were around for about 40 years or so. And they produced machines like this. Countertop and upright touchscreen video game systems from around 1994, I think was the earliest one, to about 2014. So that's a good 30 years of Megatouch. A quick summary of what these are. These machines are a sort of multi-cade type of system. There's like, in Maxx Jade 2, there's like about 90 or so games. But in the latest Ion versions, like Ion 2014, there's easily over 200 games installed. As you can see, it's on a nice swivel mount, so it's easily be turned around if you've got multiple players going on. In fact, some games can even have up to 4 players. It's a coin mech and a bill acceptor. My particular bill acceptor takes $1, $2, and $5 bills. Here is supposed to be a lock, but that was removed when the machine was taken out of its original place. I'd like to say this is in pretty rough condition, but yeah, it is in pretty rough condition. Wood chip here, plastic bumpers fading. The sticker here is actually starting to peel off. I need to get around to fixing that. Now, I'll get to that. I'll swivel the machine to the back to show you how to open it. So it takes a key. As you can see, this is the key. Goes to the back here. Quick turn to the right, and you're in. Just to make sure no one can get in except for, well, the technician or the operator or someone. And on the inside, it's quite a lot of typical PC parts, because, well, these are basically Linux computers. Got a motherboard, power supply down here. Hard drive is actually kind of cramped. Can you see that? I don't even think you can see the hard drive, but it's right there. That's IDE hard drive as well. CRT back here. Be careful on CRTs. There's our power switch. Actually, the power cable is right here. Plugs directly into the power supply. There's no like pass through here. But this riser code right here, this is an I/O board, I think. But also, it contains this, the Dallas key. This key is basically the key to the Megatouch games. You gotta make sure you got this on your I/O board. Without this key, the Megatouch will think that the software is being powered in, and it will just cancel the boot process altogether. Make sure the keys lock in place, nice and tight. And I think we're ready to close it up. Boot it up, and play some games. Let's do it. Merit Linux. It's kinda cool that these machines have their own custom version of Linux. check out that boot screen from Megatouch Maxx. And now we're at the main menu. As you can see, there are 5 categories, well 6 if you include the new games for 2005. But I'm also out of credits, so I'm gonna have to insert some money. We're getting a lot of credits, 20 of them in fact. There are so many games to play on the Megatouch. And I think I want to do Motor Match. One of the few 4-player games, I might add. Ooh, I think we might be getting a flush here. Oh! No, I'm not. Well, that was a bad start to the video. Let's try Magic Charms. The idea here is simple. Just match up a chain of colors, I guess you could say. Try and get the longest chain possible. Once you get to around here, it becomes exponentially easier to win. Now to complete the final 2 chains. This one was easy, and I had to use the rainbow diamonds for the last one. But that's the round complete. Well, now the whole board's filled up. I can't do large chains. Hold on, I think I might actually be able to complete the board. And I did just that. 109,000 points. Now, the Magic Charms winner screen can really lag out. It is quite taxing on the Max hardware. Third place on the scoreboard. That's not bad at all. And this is where you would input your name for the scoreboard. And there I am, comfortably in 3rd place. I'm gonna do something a bit sneaky here. Zoom the camera out, and I'm also gonna pull the cast box out as well to get to one of the 2 hidden buttons behind there, labeled Setup. I said setup. There we go. So now, we're in the operator setup menu. This is where you can access other settings, like volume control, pricing, games, all that stuff. If we go to games here, we can see a whole list of the available games. Some Megatouches will have games hidden like so. But I like to show all games, so that they're all available to play. We aren't going to touch that. This menu is all about the money-making section. But if I go into options, I can enable free play, which, as the name suggests, disables the credit system. And in the high scores menu, I can individually clear the high scores out of every single game on here. And in the system menu, this is the only place where you can adjust the volume of the machine. I guess you didn't want your patrons just blasting the music out. 6 stars? That's basically a shortcut to the most frequent settings. Diagnostics is all about keeping your machine healthy. You can actually see quite a bit of burn-in the CRT. The grids, both black and white, help you center the screen. Blue, green, red, the color bars, and brightness check. All looks good. And the touchscreen test, nice and responsive. And here's how it handles multi-touch. In the books menu, this is the money-making settings. Stuff like cash settlement collection and seeing how much money the machine made over time. But I've had to speed this video clip up because the hard drive is so slow. My balance to split is $9.50. So theoretically, I would have to pay that much to the distributor who sent out this Megatouch for me. And another time lapse is necessary. Looks like most of the revenue came from regular gameplay. Free credits revenue is minus $136.50. That's to be expected, because it's, well, free credits, and that's a pretty major blow. You know how we talk about a lot of things having advertisements nowadays? The Megatouch is no different. Only this time, you get to choose the ads. And the Megatouch makes it quite simple. Select a text, a font, a background, maybe some clip arts, and check it in full screen. The operator and salesperson's presentation, well, that's copyrighted music. Those presentations are basically to talk to your operator or your salesperson about the supposed benefits of a Megatouch. Let's back out of this menu and get back to gaming, because there are still a lot of games to sell. Oh, I almost forgot to put the Castbox back in. It can be a little heavy, but it's not too bad. It's a good sound. That means the Castbox is getting power. You know what? I got a little bit of time. Let me input the 6-star pin and show you that menu. Yep, just a bit of shortcuts. Actually, there is another reason I wanted to show you this. There are 2 extra video billboards, separate from the main ad screens. These 2 billboards can be modified separately from the main ad screens. And we can see that this Megatouch used to belong to Lindy's. And as of recording this, it's burger night. Well, I wish I had gone. But let's get out of 6-star. Get straight to games. Speed draw is just poker, but without gambling or any of that stuff. The concept is simple. You play a couple rounds of poker, try and get the best hands you can. You're not fighting against any computer player or anything like that, and I almost missed it straight. And if it isn't obvious, those Joker cards are basically substitute cards. Oh, that is incredible! Despite having 3 Joker cards. Round 2 is over. I think I've hit the top 10. I want you to listen to one of my favorite sound effects from Megatouch. I actually managed to find an extract with the audio, and here it is. And strategy, alongside Mega Sports, how's my favorite Megatouch games? Boxy being one of them. Match 3 or more boxes, and watch as physics try and mess you up, or even help you in some cases. Now you can barely see the boxes. I'm just gonna cut this part of the video out. And that's how it ended. 98% cleared, speed bonus 4900. And more often than not, I enter the bonus round immediately. I'll just show you this round in full. Monster Madness is very similar to Boxy. Match 3 or more, make sure you account gravity for your puzzle solving, and you're trying to eliminate all the monsters. And you get references from Friday the 13th, classic cartoon ghosts, the devil himself, piranha plants I think, and zombies as well. I'm convinced that this Checkers guy is way too difficult. I'm certain that he was toned down in earlier releases of Megatouch, because I could not beat him, no matter how many games I played. One day, I'm going to dethrone this king of checkers. But How did I get 2 scores on the board? Simple. I played myself. I'm being serious. I played a game against myself just to have a score on the leaderboard. First one was just a game like this, and I think the second one was me actively trying to get the most points possible. And I got in the way of the camera again. Came back after a bathroom break, and decided to record a little bit of the Megatouch's Attract mode. It's the closest thing to a screensaver. It basically cycles through demonstration gameplay, which might be a video file. But every so often it will try to connect to Untitled Maxx servers, which it obviously can't do because there's no networking card. But yeah, video files of demonstration gameplay. Let's get back to the main menu. Mega Sports and Tennis Ace. This is one I played a lot of, and a lot of hardcore Megatouch players will probably recognize doing the two-handed strategy for everything. One hand on the left side, the other hand on the right side, blocked by my shoulder! And I actually got first place on the scoreboard. Oops. Now, before I end this video, I want to say one more thing, and it's kind of a confession actually. Go to Quiz and Word, Snapshot, how did I get 96,500 points on the scoreboard? Or how did I get a score on the board anyway? Well, it's quite simple. I used my smartphone camera. Basically, I would take a picture of the picture, that's a paradox, and then use that picture as reference to answer the questions, as I'm demonstrating here. And I just wanted to show you the bonus mount because of how ridiculous this fail is. I didn't want to drop a sandbag on Mr. Fillmore. So there you go, guys. That is the Megatouch Maxx Jade 2 by Merit Industries. I'm really proud to have this in my possession, and thanks for watching, everyone.